A sea of plastic. India's fishing industry is in peril. The once bountiful waters are now filled with debris, threatening the livelihoods of countless fishermen. India's fishing industry faces a growing threat: plastic pollution. This pollution is not just an eyesore, it is a deadly menace to marine life and human communities alike. The very waters that sustain millions are becoming choked with plastic waste. Fish and other marine creatures are found entangled in plastic, struggling to survive. This pollution has devastating effects on marine life and the livelihoods of fishing communities. Fishermen are pulling up more plastic than fish, and entire ecosystems are at risk. From discarded fishing nets to single-use plastics, the problem is vast and complex. These plastics break down into microplastics, which are ingested by marine life and enter the food chain. We must understand the sources of this pollution and its impact to find effective solutions. Scientists are working tirelessly to study the extent of the damage and propose ways to mitigate it. India's long coastline and reliance on fishing make this issue particularly pressing. Coastal communities are on the front lines, facing the immediate consequences of this environmental crisis. Millions of people depend on the ocean for their income and food. The decline in fish populations directly impacts their ability to sustain their families. The health of our oceans is inextricably linked to the well-being of our planet and its people. Healthy oceans mean healthy communities, economies, and ecosystems. We must act now to protect this vital resource. Collective action, from local cleanups to global policies, is essential to safeguard our oceans for future generations. A tide of trash: the sources of plastic pollution. Plastic pollution in India's waters stems from various sources, each contributing to the growing crisis. Rapid urbanization and industrial growth contribute significantly to the problem. As cities expand, the amount of plastic waste generated increases exponentially. Untreated sewage and industrial waste often flow directly into rivers and oceans, exacerbating the pollution levels. Mismanaged plastic waste, particularly single-use plastics, is a major culprit. These items are used briefly but persist in the environment for centuries. Plastic bags, bottles, and packaging litter our landscapes and waterways, creating an unsightly and harmful mess. The Ganges River, a sacred waterway and lifeline for millions, exemplifies this challenge. It is heavily burdened with plastic waste. It carries a massive load of plastic waste into the Bay of Bengal, affecting marine ecosystems far and wide. This pollution has severe consequences for marine life and human health. Animals ingest or become entangled in plastic, leading to injury or death. Addressing the plastic problem requires tackling these diverse sources at their root. Community efforts and policy changes are essential to make a lasting impact. Invisible threat: microplastics and the marine ecosystem. These tiny particles are often overlooked, but their impact is profound and far-reaching. Plastic pollution's impact extends beyond visible debris. The unseen microplastics are just as dangerous, if not more so. Microplastics, tiny plastic particles less than 5 millimeters in size, pose a significant threat. They are small but mighty in their ability to cause harm. They result from the breakdown of larger plastic items and are now ubiquitous in the marine environment. No corner of the ocean is untouched. Marine animals often mistake these particles for food, leading to starvation and internal injuries. The consequences for marine life are dire. Microplastics also absorb harmful pollutants from the surrounding water. These pollutants hitch a ride on the microplastics, making them even more toxic. When ingested by marine life, these toxins accumulate in the food chain. This bioaccumulation can have devastating effects on marine ecosystems. This process ultimately poses risks to human health as well. Consuming seafood contaminated with microplastics can lead to various health issues. The pervasive nature of microplastics makes them a particularly insidious form of pollution. They infiltrate diverse environments, affecting ecosystems and human health alike. Section 4. Empty nets and broken dreams. Economic impacts on fishing communities. The economic toll of plastic pollution on India's fishing communities is undeniable. Fish catches are declining as plastic debris damages fishing gear and disrupts marine habitats. Fishermen spend precious time and resources removing plastic from their nets instead of catching fish. This reduces their income and threatens their livelihoods. The tourism industry, another significant source of income in coastal regions, also suffers. Plastic pollution detracts from the natural beauty of beaches and coastal areas, discouraging visitors. The economic consequences of plastic pollution are far-reaching, impacting individuals, families, and entire communities. Section 5. Troubled waters case studies from India's coastline. The consequences of plastic pollution are evident along India's vast coastline. The Kerala coast, known for its scenic backwaters and thriving fishing industry, faces a growing plastic crisis. The Ashtamudi Lake, a Ramsar wetland of international importance, is choked with plastic waste, threatening its fragile ecosystem. The Ennore Creek in Tamil Nadu, once a thriving fishing ground, is now heavily polluted by industrial waste and plastic debris. These regional examples highlight the widespread nature of the problem and the urgent need for action. Section 6. Turning the tide: solutions and innovations. Despite the scale of the challenge, there is hope. Communities across India are taking action to combat plastic pollution. Innovative solutions are emerging, driven by technology and local initiatives. Waste management systems are being improved with a focus on reducing, reusing and recycling plastic waste. Educational campaigns are raising awareness about the impacts of plastic pollution and promoting responsible waste disposal. Entrepreneurs are developing biodegradable alternatives to conventional plastics. These efforts demonstrate the power of collective action and innovation in tackling this global crisis. Section 7. Charting a course for change, a call to collective action. Addressing plastic pollution requires a multifaceted approach. Government policies must promote sustainable waste management practices and restrict single-use plastics. Industries must take responsibility for their plastic footprint and invest in eco-friendly alternatives. Consumers must adopt responsible consumption habits, reducing their reliance on single-use plastics. Education and awareness campaigns are crucial to fostering a sense of collective responsibility. By working together, we can turn the tide on plastic pollution and protect our oceans for generations to come.